It looks like there might actually be a high at the end of the day. I kind of missed that talking about it yesterday, but looks like there might be a high at the end of the day. If there's a high at the end of the day, that would offer another opportunity to put on partial short. But this is all, look at these cards, guys. These four cards are all extremely toppy. All four of these cards on the timeline. This is opportunity to short. This is an overbought crest that we sell off from. This is a peak that's created when we move higher through resistance and we have a full retracement back down through that same price level. And then the luxury card is very similar. You have a crest that you sell off from down to and through support to break through a second support, and then you do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support. But then right at the close, there's like this big move to the upside. I think we probably gap down on the 27th and then have a notable move to the upside right there in the morning. But it's overall a bearish day. Well, it's mixed. There's this big move to the upside midday, like a fast sudden move higher midday, creating a reversal. But again, look, we've got this luxury card here. We've got the luxury card here. We've got the luxury card here, right? This is very toppy, right? The luxury card right here. Over the last several days, the luxury card has been appearing, right? And you see how we're kind of like topping off there. But there is possibility of going higher on the 27th, 28th, to be clear. So I want to make sure we're putting on partial short in case there's a better opportunity on the 27th, 28th, maybe even the 29th, but probably not. And there might not be. This might be it, you know? Hard to say. But the idea would be to close, if you want to do a short term swing trade, you'd close the short here on the 6th. But probably a better bet is to close it here. Now the 6 looks pretty good, but if that didn't work out well, then I would say go for the 20th. I have my earphones on, so I'm not here. If Hermes is making noises, I'm not hearing them. He's got his friend, his besties over for the weekend. They've known each other since they were little. Well, they're still little, but you get my point. Well, see, here's the thing. We've already had the bumping along resistance, this unicursal drop, Ace of Wands, kind of mixed with the Chariot. Ace of Wands and the Chariot kind of mixed together, but either case, if you don't want to count that as the Ace of Wands, you can count this as the Ace of Wands. near overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple supports. I think it's probably that. And then we have the love card, prominent move higher, full retracement of that move. Hey, Conrad. You can ask it here. I didn't see the. I've been busy this morning, so I didn't look at my phone really. But you can ask it here, Conrad. This has been a pretty solid reading, guys. Aside from the being off a couple of days on the lowest low, which I did on most of the readings for whatever reason, the third was coming up rather than the first. Really weird, but in any case, it's still pretty close. And even if you counted on the third being the low, it still is pretty darn close to the low. You could have opened up along there, closed along on the 10th, or on the 16th. And here's that big move pushing the upper end of a range higher on the 13th. You see that? We pushed the upper end of a range higher there into the 14th. Would a short for Netflix on the 28th at a high or a new high and a hold until the 29th at a trough towards the end of the day be all right? Hey, Ellen. Morning to you. Let's take a look. This November reading was probably our second worst monthly for November. Still not awful. I mean, we're definitely not that far off. It's just we had difficulty determining the lows like on all the other ones. And we have this near overbought crest that we sell off from on the 15th, but we don't really have it notated as a crest. We have it on the 14th. So off by a day there. There's that star card though on the 13th, and then reaching for distant resistance on the 14th. You can see how that worked out pretty solidly. All right, so the question is, on the 28th, hold it until the 29th. It looks like a pretty good trade. Yeah. So I don't know if I would do it on the 28th. I might open up a partial on the 27th, a little bit more on the 28th, and then finalize it on the 29th. I think the 29th is probably the right day to do it, but you don't want to miss it if it's not, because these are all both these cards are indicating a top of some kind. But then as far as the ruins go, it's the 29th, so it's a little difficult to determine exactly where it is. I would say open up a partial on the 27th. Add a little bit if we go higher on the 29th, not if we're at the same price level on the 29th. And then on the add a little bit if we go higher on the 28th, not if we're at the same price level on the 28th. And then on the 29th, I would complete that partial, make it a full on the 29th, whether or not it's the same or higher or whatever. If it's lower, I wouldn't. But if it's the same or higher, I'd complete that short position, and I would hold it. I don't think until the 29th of December. I would probably hold it until the 19th. 19th, 20th. Do I see Bitcoin running higher? Let's take a look. I mean, overall, yes, definitely. But do you mean like on the short term? Is there any day coming up for a retrace? Um, Look at that opportunity there. That's that full card opportunity. I thought it was going to be in the opposite direction. Didn't end up being. Oh, I'm looking at ARB. Okay, hold on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? There we go. That's more like it. All right, so we've got that full card opportunity there on the 20th. And then a reversal on the 22nd. Yeah, so this possible place of like a notable low. We're going to go higher into. It looks like probably since we hit a higher highs, I would say we're probably going higher here in the end of the month. You might get a little opportunity on the 26th, but honestly, like I don't see like a real retracement. Like Bitcoin is going to all-time highs in December. Gigi. Hey Gigi, you want to come up? You're such a good girl, you know. You're a good girl. Come here. Let's sit. Let's show you to everybody. She's a little wiener dog. This is Hermes' best friend. Hi, Gigi. Can you say hello? She's so cute. You're such a good girl, Gigi. You want to go back down? Okay, okay. Oh, Netflix. Sorry, I was looking at Tesla. Sorry, Conrad. Let me take a look. I definitely feel the effects of Mercury retrograde already kind of on us, guys. I definitely sense it. Like I'm so in tune with the retrograde. I've been following it for so long. Like I don't need to look at a calendar. Like if it becomes retrograde's influence, I can sense it in the like based on the stuff that happens throughout the day. I'm definitely sensing that. Oops. Might take a minute to open those files because my iCloud is being super slow recently. Looks like we pretty much nailed this one too. Aside from that low at the very beginning of the month, we kept getting this day as the low. I mean, we were so close on like all of these. I think on Tesla we might actually gotten it right. But in any case, we have a highest high on the 23rd, 24th, and you can see, boom. Looks like we go higher, like a higher high, even still on the 27th. It's possible that we revisit on the 27th. Okay, so the trade, the question, the trade in question is. Okay, Netflix the 28th to the 29th of December. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so Conrad, are you saying from the 28th to the 29th of November or from the 28th of November to the 29th of December? Because, yeah, it does look like you've got a short overnight here. Does look like you've got a short overnight. Yeah. It's not going to obviously take you to a lowest low. I doubt that, but it'll be a sharp drop of some kind. Hey, Robert. The Jets would reach the Super Bowl during Armageddon. I might have said that. Hey, Gigi. Sorry to hear you messed up the algo trade, Ellen. It's gonna happen, you know. When will the S&P fall sharply at the end of this month? Hey, Dune. It's looking like off of a peak around the 28th, 29th, we should start declining with like a notable decline on the 30th. Yeah, that Conrad, that 28th to the 29th, that 1 day scalp looks good. Although I wouldn't call it a scalp because scalp's really like in and out like within a few minutes. It's a swing trade. I mean, look at that. We've got a high and then a high at two highs at the beginning of the day. We've got one, two, three lows, and then like a slightly higher low, not too far afterwards here. It's looking like a real solid reading. What are you guys chewing on over here, huh? What are you chewing on? You're a funny girl. You're a funny girl, Gigi. Yeah, you're funny. You're funny. You're funny. Guys, I almost forgot. So there's a Black Friday deal going on right now for anybody that's interested in day trading. Our premium service on the website. Black Friday sale, 1 month consecutive daily posts, 1 month consecutive daily either stocks or crypto. They're different prices, but it's only $1,000 rather than 1,500, and the crypto is currently 1,600 rather than 2,100. What you get for these are 30 1 day readings, which are very, very much similar to the 1 day readings that we have of the S&P 500. This reading for 1124, which has been solid. Look, a high at the beginning of the day, another high at the beginning of the day, two highs right here. And if everything comes to fruition, we should have another high at the end of the day, like near the close. But the point is that this reading, it was created September 25th, 2023, 3:01 p.m. Eastern Time, being used today with insane accuracy. What happened here? So you get 30 of those. If it's a crypto, it's going to look slightly different because crypto, the reason why they're more expensive is crypto requires like 24 hours a day on a reading rather than 8 hours. And it also requires weekends rather than just weekdays. So it's a lot more work. But with that said, they're super accurate. It's the most accurate readings that we have available for people. And if you're a day trader, super powerful stuff. Is XRP going to have a nice drop by mid-December? I just did the January XRP. I think I did the January XRP reading. Oh no, that was Tesla. Man, we were close about that low in XRP. Look at that, how close we were. On the 21st, we had it for the 19th. But damn, we were close, guys. I mean, November started here, right? So that is definitely a lowest low. Good to see we actually nailed one of them. And then, you know, the third really did come very, very close. Intraday, anyways. But we have highs at the end of the month. Actually, we probably have a notable drop. Like either tomorrow, off of a resistance tomorrow, or off of a resistance today. Probably tomorrow. But there should be a notable drop there, and then a big move into... This is probably a really big move here on the 29th to the upside, because I think we have highs again here at the end of the month. So a drop mid-December for XRP. There's a sharp drop around the like somewhere between the 14th and the 16th, closer to the 16th, but matter of fact, it might be the 17th. And it could be more than one sharp drop, but there's like a peak on the 13th. It looks like we sell off pretty notably from lows around the 20th, 22nd. Early December is looking like a decline because we have the appearance of the Prince of Cups here. And then the victory card appeared in November. Oh, we also have the Ace of Wands here appearing in December. Yeah, and you can see right here at the end of the month we have correlations to the Ace of Wands. This high 27th, 28th, probably opportunity on the 28th, 27th, 28th, 29th, maybe even the 26th. I'd probably do like a partial over those few days. Yeah, there's a decline at the beginning of January. Oops. Oh, no, that's right. Oh, look at that. There's that Ace of Wands, or Princess of Wands right there. So it's really appearing prominently here at the end of. It's on the sequence of events in December, but it appears in early January. That happens. 2 plus or minus 2 weeks wiggle room, right? And then there's that unicursal, right? Interesting. And look, I mean, it's so obviously we're here on December because right, the high correlator is the indolence card. The late correlator for December is the Princess of Wands, right? January, we have Princess of Wands, we have the Indolence card. I mean, the combo, boom, right? It's right there, guys. So it's the same sequence of events. And we saw the Prince of Cups show up prior to that, so that makes sense. It's possible we go a little higher in early January before we have a decline. I noticed you were saying it sounds like 2024 is going to be yummy. Yeah, so Yum Brands is actually one that when I like over a year ago when I was last doing clairvoyant fishing throughout New York City. If you guys are new, you don't know what I mean by clairvoyant fishing. Basically, you put your state. I put myself in a meditative state and I walk through New York City without like a destination. I'm just walking, staying in a meditative state and trying to keep my focus front. And when my attention is drawn elsewhere, it's usually for a reason. I'm able to interpret things, or I'm able to draw impressions, psychic impressions from the world around me as I'm traveling through New York City. And there's no better place to get impressions about future trends and things on the edge, you know, because it's New York City. Everything is ahead in the city. Anyhow, so that's clairvoyant fishing. Yum Brands was like one of the top companies that I kept getting impressions from, and I started getting them again about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Right, so putting on a partial, I'd say probably at these highs, putting on a partial short, not a bad idea. Like when we have these highs at the end of the day again, I say if we get a high, which I expect, partial short position, and then I would do the same here. I'd add a little bit to that if we're at the same price level or higher, not if we're lower. Same thing goes for midday. If we end up at a higher price level or same price level, I'd add to that short. And then I'd finalize that short on the 28th right there. With this Princess of Wands, I'd complete the short position there. Either that or at the end of the day. Right, we've got this failure card that starts to become pretty prominent. When we look at the 1 month, there's no failure card in the end of November. There's no failure card really in December. But when you look at the 1 year for 2024, oh, where is that failure? Well, in any case, point being is that the failure card comes up quite a bit here. So we've got it starting on the 28th, right? We've got the failure card. And then on the 1st, the failure card. On the 4th, the failure card. It's kind of like popping up in there a bit. You want to come up, Hermes? You're a good boy, you know. Thank you. I love you too. You're such a good boy, Hermes. You're such a good boy. You want to come up too, Gigi? Come on. Come on, I'll pick you up. Ugh. Right in my mouth. You and your pop kisses, Gigi. Ugh. And future pizzas? What do you mean future pizzas? Ugh. You have to give me so many mouth kisses, Gigi. Are you getting jealous? Oh. Okay, Gigi, you're gonna go back on the floor now because you're giving me too many pop kisses. Oh, this is Hermes' best friend, Gigi. I'm just watching her for a little, but they've known each other since they were little. Okay, Hermes, okay. You want to sit in my lap too? I got you. Gigi, will you stop? Will you stop? Will you stop, Gigi? Okay, okay. Go. You too much. We're also, as far as products, guys, I mentioned the Black Friday, but we're also adding custom monthlies back into the mix. They're a lot more expensive than they used to be, though. I don't want to get stuck doing a lot of monthlies, but if you must have a monthly, it's there now. Pay attention to lead times, guys, like especially with the 30 days consecutive dailies. January, it'd probably end up being February dailies. Prison cats. What did the cats do wrong to go to prison? Yeah, my sense is we probably open lower on the 27th. That's really what it's looking like to me. Like I said we might revisit the highs again today. It looks like we did it in the pre-markets, kind of like a gray area, but yeah, we definitely did. Feline felonies. I like it. What are you guys doing over here, huh? You just want attention, huh? You just want attention. Do I see XRP going to a new high in 2024? XRP is one of the ones that I'm most bullish about as far as the altcoins are concerned. The fuck? Excuse my French. Yeah, it's probably pushing the upper end of a range higher on a multi-year scale here in 2024. Right, and there's that Aeon card appearing right there. The Virtue card appearing in 2023 right here. Do we see a Prince of Wands in here? Yes, there's a Prince of Wands right there. Interesting. We and an Ace of Swords at the high. We might have a highest high here. Yeah, in 2024 for XRP, it's very possible. Yeah, XDC's got it's got a high and a low here, prominent high and a low on a multi-year scale coming up in 2024. I'm gonna do this actually, so. All right, so XDC. Yeah, so an important low and an important high on a multi-year scale here for XDC in 2024. There's also a really sharp decline through multiple supports at some point. I think probably what we see is a low then a high because it looks like we rally into a higher price level. Actually, that's hard to say. But we may have a higher price level in 2025. Overall, though, this isn't one that throughout the 10-year period of 2020 through 2029 on like a long-term basis, this isn't one you would want to be in long for multiple years. Although the following 10-year period is looking really bullish for XDC, so you probably want to utilize opportunities like around the 2028 revisiting of a trough to open up a long for the following 10-year period. All right, my friends, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Super, super important, especially around the holidays, guys. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of the profit should be donated forward on the resources tab right here. Donated forward to one of these charities. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. Leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love as long as you follow those rules. The universe considers you an angel investor. The channel's going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel. Neglect to follow through. The universe is going to neglect to follow through on its end of the agreement. But with that said, blessings to all my angel investors. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday.